Can I help you with anything, sir? Bethana says to Erevan.
Evan looks up, she notices she's got a serious look on his face. Can you just bring me a bottle of wine, please?
Of course, of course. She rummages around underneath the counter and puts a bottle of wine on it.
Erevan nods. Thank you. He cracks it open and just drinks with a serious look still present around him.
It's wine, I must regard it seriously. No jokes, wine.
Wine is serious business.
And my character's pissed, so...
Would you like some cheese with it?
Yes, the time passes while the boar is roasted.
Arenoss will talk a bit to Amico, actually, when we're waiting for the boar to roast. I think we have a lot more in common than you think, Amico.
She looks over at him, really?
Yes. You see, my father is also a nobleman.
She nods. I see. Do you have the same troubles with him as I have with mine?
Yes, similar troubles, you could say. He has always hated me for being blessed with magic, I could say. My mother got killed by a sorcerer, a possessed sorcerer, we think. And for that he has always hated all kinds of magic in all its forms. And for that he has also hated me.
She looks at Arenoss with concern. I see. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. My own family isn't much better, I'm afraid. Since we moved here, well, my mother, she had a lover, an elf. We didn't really know until my half brother was born, Suto, and well, it was kind of hard for her to explain away why he had elf-like features. You know, she shrugs.
Yeah.
And my father, well, he really can't take things very well. You know, he has always had a bit of a rage about him. His temper. She shrugs. When he found out, he flew into a rage and threatened to divorce her and throw out my half-brother out in the streets. But I think she managed to convince him to at least let the boy have some sort of upbringing or education. He was placed in the orphanage, in the academy in town. She looks sad. Right. And I, of course, was forbidden to see him ever. But I snuck out the first thing I did, and she her eyes sort of glazes over a bit when she remembers the old times.
Right. I actually don't have any siblings, at least that I don't know of. So for what I know, I am the heir to my father's titles.
She nods. I see. And is he still alive?
I don't know. I left about a year ago, and haven't heard anything from him since. I don't know if he has renounced my name or not.
I see. Well, you seem to be traveling with good people now, at least.
Yes. I think I need to start a new life.
Jonas, I can sympathize. After my mother died and my brother left town, I felt the same, and I was an adventurer actually for a few years.
Oh yes, yeah. We talked a bit about that, yeah. Although I haven't heard any details about those stories.
She grimaces. It's actually quite a sad tale. It didn't end very well for us.
Yeah, right.
I made some money, and I really don't enjoy talking about.
No.
She grimaces, and Arenoss doesn't indeed get the feeling that she doesn't.
It's fine. I know Edis with grim stories. I don't really want to talk about mine either.
She takes a deep sigh and looks at Arenoss. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't know what to say now.
Make a move!
Yes, Arenoss will sort of hug her and say, we all have troubles in this world, and some of them will never heal.
She hugs him back and nods and say, "I thank you for listening. I appreciate it." And she gently kisses him on the cheek.
Ooh.
Now I really should see to this boar, I think.
Yeah, right. Do you want me to leave?
You might want to check up on your your dear noble friend.
Of course. And Arenoss will head out.
You know, I was tempted to sing "Kiss the Girl" from The Little Mermaid.
That would be perfect. God damn it, Griff! You should have. You should have. So, Alan Foxglove has approached Erevan. So, would it be possible for you to show me some of the basic techniques for, sword fighting and stuff?
Erevan will look off guard as he was kind of in a serious trance. Just kind of shake his head a little bit and look aside. Oh, how done? Well, I guess I could give you a short lesson, though I'm not the best at training people.
Oh nonsense! You're a soldier. You're used to it, I'm sure.
I guess more than most people are.
He knows himself. Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. I can hardly wait.
Do you have any blunted weapons we can use?
He looks around. No, I don't really. I guess I could go to the armory tomorrow, see if they have any, or perhaps the barracks. He seems to consider.
Because no point starting out with full-fledged weapons if you're just training.
Of course. Foxglove looks a bit disappointed at this, and he eyes Erevan's. Do you have a great sword or bastard sword?
Long sword.
He eyes Erevan's long sword with some interest.
Erevan will not take interest in this and just look up and just like, if you're training, you do not want any injury to take place on you, or else it will disrupt your training.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Even if it's just something minor, it's still a problem.
He nods and looks quite fascinated.
I would give more details, though. Some of them are a bit more gruesome from some stories from people doing misconduct during training back in the military.
Arenoss will walk up. If you need to train in fighting, you could borrow my quarterstaff if you want to.
Oh, well, how wonderful.
That should be fine.
Yeah, at least it won't hurt too badly.
Erevan's not going to have a bit of a problem with someone untrained using a quarterstaff.
Well, fantastic. Yes. I must. Yes, I will indeed. Yes. And he seems to be taking sort of mental notes.
Right.
What time is it right now?
It is beginning to be sort of dinner time.
So when would you like your first training session to be?
He seems to consider, tomorrow perhaps.
Very well, if I have time tomorrow, I will give you a short training session.
Wonderful.
I'll teach you the basics.
At this, Ameko and Bethana exits the kitchen and loudly proclaims, "Well, boar's done. Everyone to the big table."
Red Skull for
Excellent.
everyone.
Yep, delicious red skull.
Fresh boar.
Mm.
We seem to be missing a chair.
Oh, there is one there. Just pretend. Ameko looks around. Well, Bethana, would you go out and tell their dear master Saloro that the boar he had prepared is here? And she again quickly sort of moves away towards the kitchen, and she winks at Arenoss.
Well, it looks like we're coming back here.
Smile at her.
Just out of character, it looks like we're going to be coming back here a few times in this campaign.
Maybe.
Master Saloro, the boar is served.
Ah, thank you, Bethana.
She nods and smiles and moves towards, and she turns around to him again. I must say, did you do that to old Longinku?
The what part?
The eyes part.
Saloro will actually remove the veil and lower his head far down to the halfling and lift a gloved hand up.
She positively beams back at him.
It would be unseemly if anyone knew.
She smiles and laughs to herself. Oh, that was so well done. I will remember that for the rest of my days, I think.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. You weren't the only one, dear.
Oh, she laughs heartily and moves back into the Rust Dragon.
Saloro will replace the veil and then, do his casual wizard saunter. Do. Oh, hi. Sit down next to Arenoss.
Why do you hate me so much? I don't get this.
Greeting, Saloro.
Saloro will just ease down into the wooden chair, peel off the veil and the gloves stashed inside the robe, and say, "Hello."
Arenoss will smile at him.
Saloro smiles back.
Well then, friends, Eladrin Foxglove indicates, I propose that the one who felled the boar gets the first cut.
Erevan will nod.
Well then, I guess I will. And Arenoss will cut off a big piece of the boar.
Just make sure you don't send the boar flying this time.
Why would I?
Saloro shrugs.
Alright.
And Arenoss will gesture to the others to grab some pieces.
I will gesture towards Alvyn to do it.
Alvyn will cut off a small piece of the boar. Not as much as Erevan did, but enough to sate Alvyn, which isn't much since he's a gnome and very small.
I'll then gesture to Saloro.
Saloro gets a piece with his own hands and utensils, not making the food disappear.
I'll gesture to Alvyn.
He smiles towards Erevan, and indeed he cuts a piece for himself as well, and basically again beams against the whole party. Towards
Erevan will cut himself a medium-sized bit and just hand the rest of the board to Roldar.
Roldar looks at the rest of the boar and decides to cut himself some of the boar. Healthy, generous cuts, yes.
Roldar just uses like the tusk as toothpicks.
But yes, he does take quite. Probably takes an entire leg.
Probably a bit more.
This leg is Roldar's.
I approve. And enjoys.
Curious apple taste.
yes, it tastes wonderful.
I've just got this image in my head, like of Roldar looks like Obelix from the Asterix and
Yeah.
Obelix books with a roast boar just up, just engorging himself on it.
Oh no!
Oh, I love that series.
It's great. Yes, during the dinner, Alan Foxglove will entertain, or at least try to entertain the party with basically stories from the high life in Magnamar.
Saloro will inquire about that further. What are the political winds coming from Magnamar?
Foxglove seems to consider, well, I haven't been there for a few months now, but when I was there last, it seems to consider, well, it was a bit of an uproar. Magnamar has had some dealings with Riddleport as of late, and it seems they are disputing over some sort of land or trade route. He waves his hand. The good mayor, and he sort of air quotes mayor, of Magnamar is quite upset because the new taxation of the trade route seems to infringe on his profits. You know how mayors can be. But me and my friends, we are not really too concerned about that. They always work it out somehow, and Riddleport, if they know what's best for them, will acquiesce to our demands.
Saloro nods, as he politely eats, not making the food teleport.
Everyone is shocked.
Wait a second. We get to see under the veil?
I know, he
not
removed the veil
conversational?
as well as the gloves. Saloro's at the table, speaking with
Whoa,
Foxglove.
Whoa, this is R-rated stuff right here. We're seeing a bit too much flesh from Saloro here.
I know, this might be the first time Roldar's actually seen Saloro eat normally.
No, this is twice over. He's gonna see his hands. I mean, whoa.
I know. Look at all this skin, man. And we had that romantic interlude in the kitchen earlier now. This is a risque series. Summer of Fun campaign.
Indeed, I didn't tell you that, but...
Cue the George Takei. Oh, my.
Exactly.
But those moments will be all too fleeting when Saloro finishes eating, replaces the veil and the gloves, cuts off another piece, and without preamble, walks away to help out Heinrich, who's just had his face peeled against the window staring at
Is the horse a meat eater or what?
Well, the horse needs protein too, man. Gotta deal with all these little shits in the stable now. Saloro will comfort Heinrich.
Yes. The dinner proceeds, and Alan Foxglove, as I said, talks a little bit about a high life in Magnamar and the City of Wonders, and basically describes all the fantastic things that is clearly the most fantastic city of old of Arisia, at least to him. He will again further inquire about basically martial training and compliment Erevan for his skill at arms, quite generously, so to speak.
Erevan will talk back to him, though, trying to avoid too much conversation with military while he's trying to eat.
Sounds like you got your own romantic interest there, leader.
Oh my.
He gave you a horse. You know what that means. Now you gotta put out.
Well, like everyone else, they got
He
horses.
gave us all a horse.
Yeah. You know what
I don't
happens
like
when you take a man's gift like that on the first date, going out to hunt a boar.
Yep, that is indeed how it goes.
You don't just give 75 gold pieces of horse flesh to someone and, not expect anything. Come on.
But yes, he does indeed seems still quite interested in the martial exploits of the party, and he asks many questions about this.
Right.
Most of his attention seems to be focused on Erevan, though.
Yeah. After a while, Arenoss will excuse himself from the table after he has sitting there for about half an hour or something.
All right.
and walk over here.
Yes, Ameko is. When he walks out, she seems to be lost in thought, basically hanging back at the bar
All right.
against the wall, and she seems to be quite lost in thought. She doesn't even sort of notice him when he approaches. He's just looking, the 1,000-yard stare, basically.
All right. Arenoss will just say, that was most delicious, Amiko.
She starts. What? Oh, why? Thank you.
Yes, very well cooked.
She smiles. Well, I can take all the credit. You helped, and the good Master Saloro did help too.
Oh, I guess. I was thinking, what do you plan to do now? Do you plan to stay here, or?
She looks around. Yes, I do. This is my business. I love the Rusty Dragon. Whatever my father says, she shrugs. The old geezer, bah! He can fall off a cliff for all I care.
All right.
And she sort of starts at this, sort of catching herself, almost like, what did I just say? And then she looks very sad. And sort of with a what looks like a Herculean effort, drags herself up from the sadness and looks at him again. I'm sorry. His words. She shrugs.
I understand that you're angry. I would be as well.
Yeah.
Although hopefully it will pass with time.
Yeah. She nods. And says, yes, I hope so. Let's see here. Yes, Alvyn and Roldar and Eladrin Foxglove are the only ones left at the table, it seems.
Roldar puts down the very large bone, or bones, on his plate.
Including the entire ribcage.
Well, if no one's gonna finish it, it'd be a
But
shame
not
to let good
everyone
food go.
knows. There's so many other patrons. It could be frozen.
Heinrich looks in with, like, puppy eyes.
I'll make it taste purple.
At least you understand. At least you understand the reason I gave out it in that order.
Or there we go. I'll make it just taste like like an alcoholic beverage.
Right. Oh, it's gone off already.
This boar must have been drunk to the gills.
No wonder
Okay.
that Arenoss caught him.
Wobbling around like that.
Yeah, my Thunder Slam puts alcohol into the target.
Every one of my thunder waves comes
Thunderclash.
comes with drugs. Saloro finishes his time with Heinrich, returns to the front of the inn, stops, sort of peers down at his fearless leader. Something amiss, Erevan.
Erevan will look up. No, Saloro, I'm just thinking about everything. Including that man that came in earlier today.
Everything. That's quite a tall order to consider.
Yes, it is.
Anything particularly interesting?
Well, just mostly about some of the people I miss from my past. Friends, comrades.
Ah, yes. A long life indeed. Where does Longiku rank in among them all?
Not very high.
Saloro leans down at it conspiratorially. Well, understandably so. He is a murderer.
Erevan's eyes were open to this. What?
He's a murderer.
How do you know this?
It's not something I can factually prove. After all, evidence from the late unpleasantness is sort of sparse given the death of the old sheriff and the distractions surrounding Jervis Stute, the chopper. However, as Atsui died within such an incredibly short time span of the murder beginnings, Saloro shrugs. I have my thoughts.
And interesting thoughts they are. Everyone looks like he's pondering this now. Thank you for this information, Saloro.
Yes, thank you for startling out of your reverie. You're welcome, Erevan.
Erevan will actually smile up to him, Saloro.
Did you enjoy the boar?
Yes, I enjoyed the boar,
Cool.
though it looks like Roldar enjoyed it more.
But of course. And Saloro actually kneels down a bit. Do you enjoy Arenoss?
His company is... I do not find his company bad, though my exact opinion of him is I am unsure of right now.
You welcomed him into the Spiral Vanguard, is that right?
As a companion, since his skills are useful, for now, yes.
And he wishes to come along?
It seems so. It seems he wants some way to get out of Sandpoint.
I see. Saloro rises from his kneeling position. Well, perhaps he would be best with another group, for I do not think we will be leaving Sandpoint for some time.
Possibly not. Though, only fate will tell.
More than fate will tell, Erevan. We'll see. And Saloro will leave Erevan alone.
At this, Erevan, who is left outside, or perhaps even Saloro before he gets inside, suddenly hears someone quickly approaching the Rusted Dragon. And around the corner at the nearby street, a woman comes running towards the Rusted Dragon. She seems quite upset. She's carrying a small child in her arms, and in her free arm, she's dragging a small boy behind her. Tears are streaming from her eyes, and the boy is crying quite violently. And you can all see in the gloom that he is bleeding quite profusely from one of his arms. And she is running towards the dragon, and when she sees Erevan and Saloro, she rushes towards him. Help! Help!
Saloro stopped before he can enter the inn and pinwheels around to stare at the two.
Erevan will jump up. What happened?
I told him there was something wrong. I did, but he wouldn't listen. And Petal, she was barking, and Aaron told us there was a monster, but we didn't believe him. And my husband, he told him not to be such a child and to man up. But then we heard his screams. We heard them turn into shrieks, and we rushed in. And then we saw a creature sitting on top of his bed, trying to kill him. And my husband flew into a rage, and I don't know what happened. And she basically is about to break down completely.
Saloro holds up his gloved hands. Where is this? Show us. We will help.
It's this way, please. And she
does Arenoss hear this?
you might hear there's
yeah.
there's some commotion outside.
All right, Arenoss will rush out then.
So look, Erevan will just look towards Saloro. Do you mind helping me? At least I have some training in treating wounds.
Saloro says, Saloro just shakes his head, just walks past, following the woman. We're going now. You know, Saloro's like, the kid is fine, he's alive, fuck the kid. Let's go.
Oh, more adventure I see, Helden
Yep.
Foxglove heartily remarks.
Meow.
Wait, assuming the woman's still here then. We'll
Yes,
just run off.
she rushes off, sort of leading Saloro and the rest.
Alright.
What you miss? Follow.
Yep. Da 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 da. Da, da, da.
Where have we followed to is the question.
Hold on, I shall help you.
You seem to have lost. You see, there's Alvyn.
You enter a world of darkness and chaos.
Oh no, not
Why
again.
have we entered Amanagro's campaign?